Make homegrown shine. I'ma keep it real. Got a 4-wheel drive. I'ma keep it real. Night party all night. I'ma keep it real. Make homegrown. I got to keep it real. Back in the wood. I'ma keep it real. Work hard like I should. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, it's all good. I'ma keep it real. I got to keep it real. I'm a thoroughbred redneck down home rapper, and a lot of y'all folks still call me a cracker. I'm a storm cloud coming in, I'm bringing down the heavy rain. Redneck boy, and I'ma put it on my everything. Y'all say use, and we say y'all. Y'all call it an accent, we call it a draw. Y'all say give me that, and we say please miss. And y'all eat oatmeal, and we eat cheese crisps. We do it for the shiners and them dirt road riders, for the 40-hour workers in the party all nighters, for the Jim Jack Johnny and the makers mark, for them little country towns and them trailer parks. Redneck, and I'ma rep until I die. A lot of y'all folks there really can't see why we gotta keep it real all the way 100. We the purest in the world, and they can't take that from us. Make homegrown shine. I'ma keep it real. Got a 4-wheel drive. I'ma keep it real. Night party all night. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, I got to keep it real. Back in the wood. I'ma keep it real. Work hard like I should. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, it's all good. I'ma keep it real. I got to keep it real. Yeah, I like to drink. Yeah, I like to smoke. Crank some Leonard Skinner. Hit them dirty roads. Pull it to my buddies. Buddy, what you know? Smoke a little train. Stack another load. I'm a slick king. River rat. Me and Mr. Bourbon gon' tip back. Hoping that possum while we lurking and all. Never been the kind to go by the law. Like a backwoods boss, man, I do what I want. Got a stash of cash, put back for hard time. Got chicken wire wrapped around 4 big pies. That supper on the table late for KFC. That raggedy shack slap pack full of feet. Yeah, I'ma keep it redneck. I'm a rebel son. Big rebel flag, big hunting gun. You think we some huh? You should take a ride to my backwoods hillbilly redneck. Make homegrown shine. I'ma keep it real. Got a 4-wheel drive. I'ma keep it real. Night party all night. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, I got to keep it real. Back in the wood. I'ma keep it real. Work hard like I should. I'ma keep it real. Yes, I'm good. I'ma keep it real. I got to keep it real.
That's all I was kidding on. You only saw that, right? That's good radio.
I'ma keep it real. Back in the wood. Back in the wood. I'ma keep it real. Homegrown shine. Homegrown shine. I'ma keep it real. 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 Make homegrown shine. I'ma keep it real. Got a 4-wheel drive. I'ma keep it real. Night party all night. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, I got to keep it real. Back in the wood. I'ma keep it real. Work hard like I should. I'ma keep it real. Yeah, it's all good. I'ma keep it real. I got to keep it real.
What's going on? John Boy in the house. Just got out of YouTube quarantine for violating community guidelines. Kelly Kibo, People's Last Stand, Bamboo. You got Brown Doe. But yeah, man, I put a video up with some real doctors saying, hey, there's a way to treat this, Corvette 19. And next thing I know, I didn't realize it till yesterday that they, stopped my ability to stream and upload. I was wondering why I couldn't upload. Then I was going to go live the other day, and it said I had 2 days left in my quarantine from uploading and going live. So, but and what it said was, they want to go with what the World Health Organization is saying and not what other real doctors are saying. And one of the doctors was always on RFB's channel answering questions. And these doctors were in front of the Supreme Court building in Washington, D.C., trying to get their voices heard. There's another way. There's another way. We don't need to change our DNA, basically. But anyhow, hey, Last Stand, or anybody, hey, I'm gonna do this. Vegan Realist, how you doing? How you doing? There. So evidently, I don't know what to do with my channel anymore, because the truth will get you put in YouTube quarantine. And since we're talking about the truth, look at my eyes. No. Yep. Hey, I noticed, Kicking with Ben got his brother up there with him now, his twin brother. They resemble each other. Did you see that last time? Oh man, but anyhow, yeah, I'm just chilling because I don't know what to do. I think I'm fixing to get project. Well, I'll tell you all about it a little bit. But I'm gonna change what I'm doing, but still be the truth. Because man, you can't really tell the truth or show the truth. You've got to be sneaky about how you. I mean, people need. I don't know, man. It's messed up. And another thing, the reason why I got that banner going across the bottom, 53% of my viewers are unsubscribed. So that means I have more people that are not subscribed viewing my videos. So if y'all wouldn't mind, would y'all subscribe? I don't think I've ever asked that. But yeah, it's crazy. I catch the after it loads up Last Stand. I mean, he hadn't done it in a while. I guess I don't know. I've been off YouTube because I'm tired of this deadgum AI that somehow read my mind. I've been away from my phone, tablets, everything. Oh, Last Stand, you want to come up? I put the link out there. Anybody? Kelly, you want to come up? Like I said, I didn't realize I couldn't go live to 2 days ago, and it said I had 2 days left. And then yesterday it said I had 1 day left, and today it's still showing. I guess I'll have that strike for the next 90 days. Unbelievable. They put it under spam and misleading information when it's real doctors that have doctors. I mean, they went to school. They don't get called Mr. or Mrs. They get called doctor. They're real. And for me to get a strike for real doctors telling the truth about what they can do with this pandemic we find ourselves under, whew, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. And this portion of the John Boy Show is brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. We would really gladly appreciate parents to sit there and spade and neuter your children to help with population control. The Gates would thank you. Now, back to the program. Oh, I've been going crazy, y'all. I've lost my mind. I have lost my mind, y'all. I gave up on it. I gave up on this world. Actually, I gave up on this daggone AI trying to read my mind all the time. I don't want it knowing what I'm thinking anymore. Let's see, what was I fixing to do? Anybody? Last Stand, you want to come up? If not, I'll probably end this thing. I started out with a copy claim song the very second I go live. Oh man, yeah. I've been trying to upload some videos, and I had some crazy sky videos, and I thought, man, they're not even letting those go up. And what I was gonna do, I was gonna go live and show the video, and that's when I found out I was quarantined. Well, hell, come on now. Come on up, Last Stand. We'll talk about it. I ain't talked to you in a while. We'll just have a regular conversation live on the YouTube. You want to? No reenactment or rehearsal, however you want to look at it. This would be just, man, I ain't talked to you in what? I know it's been over a month. I know y'all went through a blizzard. It hadn't got over 70 degrees here. Man, you can eat and talk. You ain't got to turn the camera on. My daggum Jeep blew up. Well, it ain't blown up. The rod's about to come out, but I can't drive my Jeep anymore. Just chilling, y'all. My views, man, unbelievable, man. I had only like in 28 days 718 views, and I normally have like 2,700 to 3,600. Oh, it's crazy. My watch time, everything, it is down. You know what? I bet I could go find this stuff. And I went on my other channel and went live, and I couldn't even find it. I went back. I was on another computer, went live, went on this computer, and could not find my other channel. I mean, it was crazy. I looked and looked. I still can't find it. Now, what'd I go over here for this for? I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing, y'all. I haven't been live in so long. Let's see. All right, I was on here. I looked over here. I saw that. I thought, well, I need to go to my channel. And why did I need to go over here? Oh, I know. I was going to show you all my analytics stuff. That's what it was. Durr. Man, I hate it, man. I got like dementia so bad now. I can't even remember to forget. All right. Can y'all, let's see. No, I can't see my screen. All right, I can see my mouse. So y'all see. I've gained some subscribers, but look at this, man. My views are 700. It's down 57%. Watch time is down. What does that say? 51%. I mean, it's just crazy. We'll go to the analytics. See? And I usually get, well, it's showing, 26, 36. Even that's going down. At one time, I used to have like 5,800 views in a 28-day period. And I'll show y'all some. I'll go to lifetime right now. Y'all see this? That's how much money YouTube has not given me yet. It's still showing that I've made $119 from super chats and commercials. I have not to this day received this yet. And that's under my lifetime. You see that, right? Lifetime. It's still in YouTube land. It's never come to me, and it's never gone back to any of y'all either. I mean, that's what's so crazy. Let's look at the 90-day graph. All right, look, your channel got 6,183 views in the last 90 days. Y'all see, in the last 90 days, I've made no money. Wait a minute, it's not even showing me my bar graph? What? Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What did I do? Oh, that's lifetime. That's what I did. Last 90 days. Oh, why ain't it showing anything? What the hell? Last 28 days. I don't have any data for my graph. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. Last 7 days. Is there... What in the world? That's sad. I can't even show my graph. They're making sure. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hope it's showing we're live. Let's check it out. John Boy is live. Hell, I didn't think anybody was out there last time. That's why you don't hear any sound. My spirit. Oh, man. Welcome to Google/YouTube. Welcome to Google/YouTube. Yeah, I'm not talking. I ain't got nothing to talk about. That's why I need somebody up here to talk to me. Because I'm just, man, it's all been said. There's nothing else that can be said. You know what I mean? I hate repeating myself worse than anything, and it's down to that now. And if people ain't got it by now, they just ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to. I mean, I do know what to say, but it'd be repeating myself over and over and over and over and over. So anyhow, I've just been sitting here chilling out. You know, I don't really have anybody to talk to. I live out here in the backwoods with the daggum wild, daggum Black Panthers and Paris Logan. What's going on? I'm just chilling. There you go. You've been coming here forever. But no, I'm just out of things to say. Anybody want to come up? They're more than welcome to come up. I put the, let me see if I can do it again. Yeah, that's the link. That's the one. I'm just, man, like I said, I'm tired of repeating myself. What else can I say, you know? What else can I do? Nothing. I've done it all. Yeah, YouTube had me under quarantine for putting the truth out there. That's why well, plus I kind of was giving up on YouTube anyhow. And then on top of that, we're at the point to where everything we've talked about, people should have already paid attention to. And what we're talking about now can't be said any louder than what's been said. So far I've had, let's see, a copyright strike, a hate speech strike, and now a spamming and misinformation strike. And I'm a little channel. I'm a itty bitty little channel. I mean, that's how bad they don't want any kind of truth out there, regardless of how small the channel is. It's pitiful. But anyhow, yeah, I've just been like, you know, trying to fly under the radar a little bit. You know, see what's up. How do I get that up there? Like I said, a daggum, I'm tired of this AI, man. Y'all just don't realize this AI is in everything. It wants to know everything about us, down to it needs to get into our cells and monitor us from within our DNA strands. It needs to make some tweaks and changes. Oh, it's crazy. That is totally crazy.
The NBA playoff.
Uh-oh. The NBA playoffs, they're having those. Man, I can't do nothing without daggone commercials. That sure ain't what I clicked on. How did it do that? It won't let me do it. You've got to be kidding me. It will not let me. I'm on my playlist. And it will not let me play that song. It says video unavailable. They took away my theme song for the White House. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. How in the world did that happen? That's crazy, y'all. That is so crazy. They wouldn't let me play one of my videos one time because it was banned in the country that I was VPNing out of.
I've been known to sit on the right porch all day long. Chunky in my swing, and I ain't worried about anything. Chunky, all I need is a big old glass of cool sweet tea. Chunky, doing fine, living life one day at a time. 1, 2, 3, one day at a time. Porch on, sitting on my porch swing, waiting on that sunset to hear the coyote sing. But in the meantime, it's the same routine. Sweet tea in my beat up jeans. Charlie Minus on the 6th string, picking a tune. Tracy Stone's doing his thing, skinning a coon. Dogs on the porch laid out by my feet, and everybody's head starts bobbing to the beat. Cars drive by looking at us kind of funny, cause some old porch honkers ain't got no money. Crops in the backyard, chickens in the front, slingshot, shooting beer cans off that stump, and the black smoke coming from the smoker. Dinner time's close, yesterday's hide hanging right on the post. Kick back, rocker chair, yeah, we keep it funky. That's the definition of an old porch honky. Porch honky, I've been known to sit on the right porch all day long. Porch honky in my swing, and I ain't worried about anything. Porch honky, all I need is a big old glass of cold sweet tea. Porch honky,
It's like we have #1 Map Man. What's going on, Matt, man?
Hey, John, boy, I missed you, man.
Yeah, YouTube had me on quarantine. They did.
Did you get a strike or something?
Yeah, I got a daggum community guideline strike.
Wow, what, just for talking?
No, I had a video of all these doctors that, I mean, they were real doctors, right? And they were standing in front of the federal building in Washington, D.C., and they were, you know, they had posters and everything, and they were talking about they have the cure for this, you know, pandemic we find ourselves under. And I mean, they're real doctors. You don't call them Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so. You call them Dr. So-and-so, you know?
You're right.
They're real doctors, and they're telling me, well, I put that video up. All right, I put the video up. It stayed up a month, and they took it down and said, oh, what did they say it? Anyhow, they just gave me a warning. So then I did a live, and I played that video on my live, and that gave me a strike. They got me for spamming and misleading medical information.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, man, you know, they're doctors.
Yeah.
How is that misleading? It's coming out of a doctor's mouth. So
yeah, that's crazy. So there's so many people that must know what's going on, man. Like we already say, and what can anybody do? You know what I mean? It's like everybody's going along with the script, no matter what.
I have not to this date wore a mask yet.
Well, if I was in a bigger city and didn't know anybody, I wouldn't wear one.
I went to Jackson, Tennessee, and I went to this restaurant called Genghis. I don't know if y'all ever heard of those, but I went in there and they said I needed a mask. And I said, well, my medical condition says I don't. And they're like, okay, and took me to the table, you know. No problem.
That's how we're supposed to walk through this life. No fear, just do it. As long as you're not going to harm anybody and you're going to help and you're going to pay it forward, there should be no fear and just push.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
do you know what I mean?
they've got a commercial of this old couple on their front porch sitting in the swing, the porch swing. Good old days, grandparent kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
The old lady's got her mask over her face, and the dude sitting there, the husband, he's got it hanging off one ear, and he's talking about how, the mask protect your neighbors, and then he goes, well, even the two greatest commandments in the Bible is love God and love your neighbors. So put your mask on to show that you love me. I was like, oh, no. Yeah.
I don't think people have understood what they're saying up on the front on the news. That you could have a super flu, the strongest flu bug ever, in you that does nothing.
Yeah.
I can't even ever think that. I don't know how anybody could ever think that. Like, they just hear about, oh, look out. Like, you remember when SARS came through?
Yeah.
I was laughing. I was like, give me a break. I'm not even worried about this shit, right?
Exactly. Oh,
If
it was a lot of stuff, the Zika and all that stuff. Remember the Ebola, which I guess they like playing with that down in Africa.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's crazy shit.
this is dadgum the camps they had in World War II, but worldwide now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a larger war game, man. If people don't have intuition to see what's going on, it's kind of like we are screwed no matter what. I just like to keep up with my info.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy. I just don't know how crazy
Hey, look.
in other parts of the world before it is for you guys over there. That's the one thing that pisses me off.
Well, look, this fixing to get. I don't know, man. Look, they're using this as a tool to control the people any way they want. At any magic time, they can say lockdown and everybody are hiding. There are people that have been locked down for 8 months now, have not been out of their house. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Life did not change for me other than I see idiots wearing masks everywhere.
Yeah, people in UK is on full lockdown now again.
Yeah. Well, it's that season.
Yeah, it's flu season. As Trudeau would say, get your flu shot. You cannot get the flu from the flu shot.
Well, as Fauci would say, don't wear your mask. No, wear your mask. But
wear it if you don't want to.
Oh, it's crazy. I'm tired of it. I am so sick of it. I am, man. Look, let me tell you some good news, though. Check this out. I was in a little convenience store.
Yeah.
And this lady, she was probably 70, and she was wearing a mask. And I wasn't wearing a mask. And I'm like, anyhow, I don't know how I got the conversation going. And I started telling her, I go, that mask is very harmful for you and everything. That lady took her mask off in the store. I was like,
I told like the only time I wear a mask is when I'm sanding drywall. You know what I mean? I can't wait to get it off then.
I do body work. I sand Bondo and I don't I sand primer. I don't wear a mask. I'm blowing the dust everywhere with an air hose, I don't wear a mask.
Holy shit.
I have a cigarette in my mouth when I'm spraying primer. I can paint a whole car with a cigarette in my mouth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm flipping this house right now for a buddy, or for my boss, actually. It's not too shabby. Working before the winter, saving up, getting the crops going.
Where are you at again?
I'm in Ontario, Canada.
Okay.
Where the weed grows plentiful, and it's everywhere. Every other, it's almost like that. You can smell it. You're going down the road. Every third house is growing it, kind of, right?
Yeah. What's the weather like, man? It ain't been like over. I don't think we've even got up to 70 in 5 days down here. Believe it or not.
Do you want to see one of my crops?
Sure.
I got a small backyard, but I'm gonna see if I can turn my phone up a little bit so I can see here. And you put that on solo.
Oh, yeah.
I'll show you some of my gardening, organic gardening in the city here. There we go. Look at that scruff he's got on. Wow. Look at this.
If it was gray, I would have thought it was me.
See that? Isn't that
Yeah.
nice?
Yeah.
I can only go up to 8 feet because I feel really small beside this. Hey? But I tell you, if anybody touched that cage at night, they're going to get shocked. It's got I had a little bit of PM on my leaves there, so I had to chop some out. Got that dusty shit, powdery mildew. But yeah, other than that, I've only lost a half a pound. Got to have enough for the season, but I'm taking the other one down tonight. The weather is so different, right? You get 80 degree. Oh, there's my other ones there. That's just a little test run there. But see, all the peppers are still growing. These are hot peppers. These are sweet. These are sweets here. I grow usually 50 on each plant, but it was a little bit slow. See how I grow the sweet orange ones? Yeah, there's not much room in this. You can't? You got to.
Well, 10 years ago, I could grow anything I wanted. You know, yellow cricket neck squash and, you know, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But, man, I started noticing the wild edibles were disappearing and having problems seeding and stuff. Look, I did not get one muscadine this year because all the vines fell out of the trees.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been
That's
watching
crazy.
everything die around here, and it got to the point where I can't get a garden to grow at all. I don't care if I try to use miracle growers.
See, I've been using grass, just grass juice. When I cut my grass, I've been mulch it, and I take the grass and I put it in 10-gallon buckets, and I soak the green out of it. And that's what I use. I do my gardens all until like the mid-June.
Yeah.
Or to start like all spring long. As long as I'm cutting my grass, I let it grow. And I just keep dumping that evenly through all my gardens, and then I work it in and I dump some more. And that's been my key to keeping stuff going a long time. Because I only use that little stretch. That stretch is 26 feet by 40 inches wide, that one strip. And then that bed over there is 10 by 6. But I dump all my grass clippings. I soak it overnight in like room temperature water, and then I wring the grass out, and I take all the nitrogen out of it, and then I put my grass in my compost pile. But I take all that time. Like, you know how they're saying soil degradation right now? It's bad. I think because of the particulates is not letting stuff like it's killing the microbes that usually break stuff up.
Well,
so once you kill microbes, the ground is unworkable. And then you gotta
think about it.
And then you gotta put the special stuff in there.
Well, how many microns of a layer of plastic's on the ground now? So it's acting like you got saran wrap on top of the ground. It's not letting the water do what it should do. Stuff is smothering.
That's probably where all the
can't breathe. You know, we got certain bacteria that need. You know, you gotta breathe. You can't put a layer over top. It's like putting a couple of drops of oil, you know, vegetable oil on top of a bucket of water. You won't get any mosquitoes in it, and you can still get in there to the good water that's under. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like we got a layer from all those particulates, like aluminum. It kind of acts like plastic in a way as far as repelling the water.
It hurt. Yeah, I'm just a redneck in the city, right? I'm a little country boy that grew up in a town of 2,000 until I was like 30.
I'm just a hillbilly out in the backwoods.
Yeah, that's where I need to be, man. Trust me, when you're doing those walks, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I want to be right beside you. I don't drink anymore, but I'd love to have a beer with you sometime. I used to drink and smoke, so I drink a case of beer a day and smoke my 10 joints every day. So I chose the weed after
Shoot,
25 years of drinking every fucking day.
I haven't drank anything really since December when I got You know, I've been monetized and demonetized and a lot of stuff since December.
Yeah,
I did. I got
I've seen all the
monetized.
craziness that goes on.
Oh man, they won't send me my money. It's ridiculous. But no, man, I've just been. They're talking about having a first frost here, like Monday or Tuesday morning. I can't remember. I think it might be Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
that's
we're
early.
having. We've already had 4 here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a lot of mornings.
Up here. Well, last
like 42
went
degrees.
Through like a blizzard a week ago.
Oh, in Colorado, yeah. All the fields in Colorado got smushed. All the growing fields and shit. They were under like 3 feet of snow.
Really? I didn't see
Maybe 4 feet of snow. Yeah, if you look up.
So we have
Colorado
hurricane that wipes out all the corn and the silos that the corn was stored in, if you can believe that. Hey, West Texas, Danielle. Yeah, but they're going to starve us out this winter, and people, should listen and have some food supplies.
That's what I tell everybody. For anybody, right? I don't know how it's going here, but it seemed like some of the rains were good, planned at perfect timing. I haven't seen much crop damage as much as possible, but they make it sound a lot worse than it could be. But there's a lot of people that need to eat.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then they sit there and try to act like the pigs got some sort of flu and they need to be killed, and the chickens get the bird whatever and they gotta be killed. That's bull crap.
Yeah.
Cook your eggs all the way, no sunny side ups. That you'd be bread that chicken breast a little twice,
Keep your dog on a solid pole. Don't kiss your dog or hug your dog. You keep it on a solid leash.
Yeah, like the dog catchers use. It's got the noose at the end of the pole.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hell, you're gonna start seeing cops hauling people around like that on a pole.
If you got 2 dogs or 4 dogs walking, you need a fucking 30-foot circle. Everybody clear away from you.
I thought about doing that stuff. I got a full hazmat suit I was gonna put on and go into Walmart and film it, and I thought, no. The one I wanted to do was I was gonna get out of my car in the parking lot, and I was gonna pour a bottle of water on top of my head, and I was gonna run into Walmart coughing and hacking and asking for anti-fever or something or another. Then I thought I better not do that. They'll haul me off and put me in quarantine for sure.
Yeah, that'd be a long 2 weeks without talking to anybody or having anything around you.
What if I don't, reappear?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Just like I had a buddy that when this all started, he left California. He was on the streets. He was a window washer, but he still stayed on the street. And he took off from there. He knew that he didn't want to go into any motels or anything, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's looking for you. Who's going to look for you? Right?
Well, that's the whole problem. We got a lady down south of me, in the county south of me, that's been missing since Thursday or something like that.
Huh.
And people saw her. Some red truck stopped her, and it was, it was a landmark. You know what I mean? It was some church and a school there, and the
Yeah.
person saw the woman get out of the car and talk to the dude in the truck, and the person that saw that, went about their housework or whatever, and looked out 20 minutes later, and the truck was gone, but the lady's car was still there. Nobody there. Nobody's seen the lady since. It's just some crazy stuff happened. That just happened 18 miles from me.
Yeah, no shit. It is some crazy shit.
And I just
remember, what is it?
Well, I live out here by myself, man. I don't have street lights or nothing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that's when I get a little cautious. Even in town here, I have a little ball bat at each door and all that stuff, right? But that's what I say. I make sure I sit out here and defend this shit. This is not my well-being. Like, I don't like counting my chickens before they hatch, but when you're a farmer, you got to depend on, right? And like I've already covered, like, when I don't watch the survival videos because I've done all that shit. Right. I could pick those videos apart because those guys haven't really gone through anything. But the people watch that stuff and they don't think about bartering. They're just thinking about that gold. Use your money to buy some gold. Gold it's not gonna do nothing off the bat. It ain't gonna do fuck all.
Right. Well, I can see their point. The gold will be later on, but it won't be right now.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, to be all bartering
bartering with trading your corn for my peas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff. But the deal is, I guess but see, you got to survive a whole bunch of time before you get to where that gold is going to be worth anything to use.
Right.
Yep. But yeah, I ain't worried about it. I got one silver quarter.
Hey, me too. I got one real silver quarter left.
That's all I got. Well, I do have what is that? It's a German coin that somebody engraved it out, and where the eagle stood out. A Frankfurt or something.
I got an 18. Oh no, what is it?
52, something like that.
1852 Indian head penny. It's a little tiny one, very tiny one. But I would never sell that stuff. But I only keep the coins I find. Like if I'm walking.
Right.
I was quite the hitchhiker when I was younger. I could take off and end up just leaving at noon on a Friday and coming back Monday, and I've traveled 1,000 kilometers. You know what I mean?
I've been wanting to hop on a train like that. I've been watching.
Yeah, that would be neat.
This YouTuber called Hobo Shoestring.
Smokey, I don't have
trains all over the place to Alaska. He's going up.
That's my friend Smokey. I don't have no peanuts, buddy.
I hand raised 2 of those one time.
They're crazy, yeah.
Oh man, if you hand raise them, they have personalities, and they are.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe. I mean, you can be in tune with them like a dog or a cat.
This is just a wild one that's been my friend for a while. What are you doing? I gave you the last peanut. I gave you. If you want to say hello.
Yeah.
Hey. You never know what they're gonna do, but this guy, he was like climbed on my shoulder and shit. I'm nervous, right? I still say I'm nervous. But whatever I call him Smokey. The first time I blew smoke at him, I think he wants my doobie. No, you're not getting my joint. No way.
Oh, he's been nibbling on the plants out there.
He takes this guy. He'll take a tomato, take one bite out of it, and leave it on the top of the fence. You are a pain in the ass.
Well, my first squirrel I had that I was rehabbing, basically, it was a baby, and I had nowhere to release it. And hang on, I'll get to you, people. I see you back there. But I gave it a whole apple, right? I didn't know what a squirrel would do with a whole apple, right?
What are you doing?
Man, that daggum squirrel started from where the stem was and ate
Yeah.
the core out. I mean, tunneled that apple out and
They
ate
take
all
to
that.
get the seeds.
Yeah, I mean, it ate the whole core out of the apple, and it was fatter than crap, and it was laying on its back against. I had a tree in the cage, you know, tree limb. It was leaning against that, kind of like Yogi Bear with the honey jar, or not.
Yeah.
What's that little? You know, the other one, the
Oh,
one
Boo
that
Boo.
Boo Boo. No,
Boo
no,
Boo.
I'm on the wrong cartoon.
Oh.
Damn, it's older than Yogi, I think.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, like Winnie the Pooh and the Honey Pie. He had that apple in between his legs like that, or she did.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Those squirrels for 7 years.
Hey.
Hey,
Yeah,
John
that's-
Boy. Hey, man. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Surviving. I'm doing my part. I'm being a hero on the front lines. I'm trying to warn everybody.
See, I'm trying to catch up with you guys. It's not growing too good.
Yeah. This is what happens when I'm working. I don't shave and it just grows too fast.
Oh man,
That's what I think.
it's driving me crazy. Excuse me, it's driving me crazy. Laying down, you go to move, and it pulls and yanks at you.
Yeah, it
and
itches.
it's like,
Yeah, I think this
oh,
might be
man.
coming off again. I noticed a couple grays in there, so I gotta hide them by taking them off.
That's too late, man. Look at mine. Mine's. Look at this. This is all gray.
Yeah,
I mean-
well, from a distance here, it almost looked like you were clean shaven, but nope.
Nope,
Yeah,
it's gray. It's messed up. You know what's messed up, John, is that bull that YouTube is still doing to you. I can't believe they're still doing this stuff. But you're not the only one, man. I'm seeing.
Uh-oh.
Mm.
Hey, your
Yeah,
speaker muted. Your speaker muted.
Oh, you muted.
Your speaker's muted, last stand.
There it goes.
What happened?
Nah, that's what.
Hey,
I had a.
I can't hear
I had a
any of you
freaking,
guys now. Uh-oh.
Can't hear.
Hello, testing.
I can hear you.
I hear him.
Hello.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't hear anything from you guys.
Well, turn your volume up.
Uh-oh. I'm on mute somehow.
No, it's, I don't know, man. Sometimes you got to leave the stage and come back in. Sometimes something disconnects. I don't know.
Go. Oh, I can't see it. Go, and then come back. And then there.
remove-
Okay. I was trying to do the hand signal for go, come back.
How about now? You're muted. You're muted. I don't know how to do
There
it.
it goes.
Can you hear us?
Can you
now?
hear us? I can hear you.
Yeah, it went out. I'm gonna get out and come back in
Okay.
because I can't hear anything from you guys at all. I'll be right back.
All right. Platos, you want to come up?
There's a lot of tactics to bug us on this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure everybody now that I really know the channel, and I like them to wave at me and kind of
Right.
see them, because I had one person sneak up with a name that looked similar. I thought it was, and I was like, and we were checking out a grow room. There's like 8 of us on the panel and checking out Cage's grow room, and Buddy was on there, and it was just normal. He was just sitting. Everything was good. He was like, yeah, and he goes, check out this grow room. And he freaking hangs this big thing in the front of my camera. I was like, click, fucking piece of shit. You know what I mean? It'd take me right off, but
I was in a big. I got accused of porn bombing a daggum channel that I was on the panel with, and it wasn't me.
right.
And I know how much. And that sure got like bombed 3 other times, I think, or 4. I can't remember, but I had nothing to do with it.
Well, I think those people probably won't even get in trouble
No.
because
Well,
it fits. They're like it's jumping into the narrative, like you know, you're part of the thing and you don't even know.
right.
You're part of the fucking.
You're part of the
Oh, I
psyops.
had a whatchamacallit come on last night. This one channel, I just had it on there and in the chat, and all of a sudden, the person's blue. Person was
Really?
blue, yeah, and then started posting shit or whatever, like the kids shit.
Yeah.
And somebody said, "Oh, you got a subscriber that's posting shit like this." I was like, "What?" I said, "That's young shit." Or somebody said, "That's young stuff." And the other person says, "Oh yeah, I'm only 14." It's like, you're not supposed to be in the air. This is how they chose it. I had to get rid of that stream too, but at least
Yeah.
it was talked about with like 14 people live, so we knew that that person was not invited. The person was going from blue to fucking white. I couldn't even use my controller in my chat.
They
I couldn't
hacked
even.
on.
I showed everybody. I tried unmodding people, modding people. The only thing I could do is put that channel on a timeout. Is all I could do.
That's crazy. One time, I don't know, it's like a year ago or something. Well, I got hacked pretty good a lot, right? And yeah, this one particular time, daggone, I ain't doing this right. This one particular time, they had my mouse cursor and they were moving it to turn my stream off. And I was sitting there with my mouse trying to keep it from going up there to the X, you know what I mean? And that went on
Yeah,
for like a good 5 minutes. I just had to keep rolling my mouse down because all it wanted to do was go up to the X.
they do that to me in the YouTube section of it doesn't matter what section. Oh, you know,
Yeah,
like underneath your videos, like when the video's playing, those ones.
yeah.
So when I'm trying to go to something, it keeps going past. And I'm trying to go and it keeps going past. I'm trying to stop on one thing to key on it, and it keeps going past. They do that
Oh,
all the time on me.
the other day I couldn't get the Gmail or Hangouts for some reason. I kind of saw Dabu did something where evidently Google had a blackout with the Hangouts and the Gmail. See, Google's into everything, man. I mean, that's one giant AI right there.
Yeah, AI, but people AI. There's a lot of people behind AI.
Mm-hmm.
They make it sound a lot more crazy than it is.
Well,
Like,
that AI. Look, the problem they have with it is the AI will teach another computer a whole different language. You know what I'm saying?
yep.
And the real people, the scientists or whatever, they don't know what language it is, so they try to unplug everything. Got Wolf Lover in the house. How's it going, Wolf Lover? You can come up if you want to, Wolf Lover.
These fresh buds.
See, that's the medicine right there. That cures all.
Mm-hmm. I was cleaning my other stuff that's already been drying.
Yeah.
I was sitting there eating the gum weed off my fingers.
Yeah.
That's the first time I'd done it. I think I got quite stoned off that.
Well, look,
Instead of
I've sat
smoking it.
there and made what do you call it? Anyhow, I broke down the leaves and stuff and got that sticky junk.
Oh, in the wild lettuce.
No, and weed, and real weed.
Oh, you got the goo out of it.
Well, what I did, I just used some like 90, the highest strength rubbing alcohol I could get a hold of, and I let the leaves soak in that for a while. Then I
Oh yeah,
strained through
yeah.
some. What's that?
Yep.
I missed
Do
something.
you put it all in there?
And then I let all the alcohol evaporate out of it. And then you got this real sticky residue, you know. I guess it's like wax in a way. I don't know.
The oil?
Yeah, I guess it's like a hash in a way. I'm not sure, but I know.
Yeah, it turns into the green. Did it go like eventually it dries up and it goes harder like goo?
Yeah, it'll get rock hard where it's thin at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I
THC.
make oil.
You can extract it out of the daggum leaves. This guy was telling me, save all your leaves. I just did a little bit for an experiment, and it surprised me. I was like, that
Yeah, if you let it if you let it soak for not even that long and then
Yeah,
boil it slowly. Yeah, that's
yeah,
how you do that to get that. Well, I do that with the buds too. But I use really good butane,
yeah. I've done
and
that
then I
before.
take
Too.
all the trichomes out, and then I let it to make my honey oil.
Yeah, I did that
That's the
one
best
time.
way to do it.
I used to get High Time magazines, man. I love reading those things. And
Mm-hmm.
they showed how they were doing it. They called it honey oil, like you said. And you
Yeah.
used butane, and they showed what was the best brand, you know, had the less byproducts in it and stuff. But yeah, that's the fastest way to extract it out. Look, when I
Excuse me.
did it like that, I put a little bit down the side of my joint, right? I lit that joint up. I was almost halfway through it, I guess. But anyhow, I woke up like 3 hours later and it was still in my fingers. And I was like, whoa. I go, I must have been really tired. And I lit that thing back up and I woke up another 3 hours later. Damn.
Yeah, oil gets pretty potent. Do you boil the whole leaves and like the little buds and everything, or?
Oh, the way I did it, I used PVC and made a little PVC tube with end caps.
Yeah, yeah.
And
And then a
bottom,
coffee filter, but
yeah, bottom. But when I did it, that's the one that sat there and knocked me out for like 3 hours, and then another 3 hours. And then I
yeah.
tried it the next day. I thought I must have just been that tired. I tried the next day. I woke up 3 hours later. I was like,
Yeah, oil is it hits you pretty good, especially when that's why I say sometimes we put all of our small buds and everything in with the oil. It makes it
yeah,
a lot more potent. But when you boil it down into that, that's very good concentration. I used to
yeah,
like the green oil when I used to smoke cigarettes because I could just whenever I felt like I've always been an addict, right? A drinker or using something, right? And just to grab my fiber and just have a cigarette, just put a dab on there and just then
yeah.
continue watching TV, or you know what I mean? It's done and over with, and it's like liquor's quicker.
Yeah. Moonshine's even faster.
Yeah, it's been a lot of years since I drank any of that.
Man, that's why I kind of quit drinking. The last time I sat there, look, I had a legal shot glass, right? I took 3 shots and I woke up 3 hours later. It knocked me out. I'm serious.
I couldn't even do a whole shot of that.
I did 3
We
legal
worked at
shots.
I built scaffold, right, in the union, but we work at the ethanol plants.
Yeah.
So we're right beside the tanks. So you know what I mean? People take that shit. If people ever think people can't take that stuff, it's just so pure. You can put like a little thimble in a 2-liter pop bottle, eh? It almost seems like that, right? Or one
Well,
shot in a.
what they do, don't they add something that makes it poisonous at one point when I go to sell it or whatever?
Oh yeah. That's so nobody else can market it.
That's what somebody's told me about. I forgot where it was. but they're talking about grain silos and, you know, like old corn
Oh,
grain
silage.
silos.
Yeah,
They would
silage.
find Indians froze to death in the bottom of those because they would go in there and find where, you know, some old leftover
Catch the
corn
drip.
like a water puddle and ferment it.
Yeah, they would catch a drip too. They would sit under there and catch a drip and fucking. You get drunk on that stuff, man. I've done jobs under there. I was working for a grain bin place before. I was a welder, but I went on jobs and helped out the maintenance guy.
Yeah.
And we had to get some of them unstuck and then get the chains because it's just like a bike chain under there. And all the silage and all the corn, everything just gets coming down. It's dripping. It burns your freaking arms, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was a blowpipe installer, you know, for dust conveying systems.
Yep.
It was crazy. I worked as a pipe fitter one time on an oil rig, refurbishing oil rigs, and I had to sign a waiver stating that I would work up to 500 feet.
In the air?
Yeah. I couldn't imagine what 500.
Yeah, I like that.
I got
I've been
like 375.
I've been at a stack about 380 feet before. Like, that's building a scaffold for somebody to work off of.
Yeah, them guys. Those guys at that marine place, they could build scaffolding from the top down, man. They had to build down to the bottom of the legs in those oil rigs and stuff. That was crazy.
Yeah, when we have they must have used tube and clamp scaffold, right? Yeah, because the other stuff is too heavy. Like we go you put an outrigger out, right? It's called a cantilever out, like a bridge work out, and then you put legs downwards, right? You put you keep, like, you make a cradle, right? You cradle it and you mark it on there, so you drop that cradle down, say 20 feet or 16 feet on 20-foot tubes, and then you lock it. You put it down, you lock them in, and then you keep climbing down and keep doing that, right? It's crazy. It takes a while to do it, and if you fall, it's not saving your life. You just don't splat. That means you make it back in the coffin somewhere, right? That's all that happens.
It was crazy,
some people think like walking on beams, even 100 feet in the air, I love it because I've always thought I had 9 lives or more, so I never feared anything, and I've used that a lot more than 20 times. I should have been gone.
I'm pretty sure I'm on my last one. I kid you not, man. I died one time when I hit that deer on the motorcycle.
Oh, I should have been long gone.
I was only dead for
Just
like
doing
3 seconds.
We were the kind of kids that would hook a rope up anywhere and swing on it. Didn't matter if there was water underneath. Just shit.
Oh, we did vines, and I was always the kid that was on the vine when it decided to break. And like you said, it'd be water. We'd be doing it over a ditch, and man, it'd be like a 8-foot or better fall on your back into all the sticks and stinky water.
Yes, that happened. Shit happened to me too. I fell one time on my hands. I think I went to put my hands out, and they both bent down, and I cracked both of them. I never both broke them, but they got pinned under me like I was a praying mantis.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know how. I just came off that swing, and I went, boom, my hands. I couldn't even move them for weeks, man. Both of them. That fucking but
when I got older,
a rope swing, you watch 20 people go on a rope swing, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna try this out. The first fucking go, and you just go flying down the ravine, right? It's like, what the fuck?
We had some sort of, I guess they're like old muscadine vines. It wasn't muscadine vines, but you know, they were big and stuff. we'd cut those, but after a couple of years, you know, they're dead, so they lose their grip up there in the top.
Yeah. I've tried done that before and wiped out. Not too much, but because you can't get too high, right? But when you do that, when you run with those big vines,
Well, we're doing it over a ditch. We're swinging out over a ditch that was like 8 foot deep to make it higher. You know what I'm saying? I
snap.
remember, look, the neighbors beside us got a dump truck load of gravel for their driveway, right? We lived in a dead end cove. They were the last house in the end, you know what I mean? And there's a hill to get down to the cove. I got on my Huffy bicycle and I pedaled down that hill as hard as I could. And I turned in their driveway and I hit that gravel pile. And, you know, it was taller than me back then. You know, it was, you know, a whole pile of gravel dumped off a dump truck. You know how tall that is. Man, I hit the top of that pile. And all of a sudden, I'm sitting there with the handlebar in my hand, man. It done come out of the bike. And here I am in the air with the handlebar in my hand. I'm like, ugh. So I just kicked the bike out from under me because I didn't want to land with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've done that too. I went down a hill, going down a hill on the sidewalk. Pull this catwalk and the front tire come out. I've had to land on the forks going down a hill before, man. I skinned my chin, my face, my hands. Fuck, people see me wipe out. They stopped in their cars. I'm like, I'm all right. Fuck, nothing you can do for me.
What happened with me? My tire didn't come off. I'm riding a wheelie, and the same handlebars that I thought I had fixed pulled out while I was riding a wheelie. Landed on my tailbone, man.
Oh, shit.
I was racing all the other neighborhood kids, man. I was ahead of everybody. I used to ride 10 speeds on I get on a motorcycle. It's going on the back tire. I can't help it. It's just how I am.
Yeah, I have a couple buddies that are like that. But they would do, they would stand up and surf.
No,
like on 250s and shit like that.
I'm not doing it.
I know. I was like, you couldn't do that, man. Once they wipe out, you're usually on a gravel road when they're doing it too.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna ride a wheelie on a bike or whatever, but I'm not gonna stand up on the seat or put my feet up. I learned my lesson about putting my feet on the handlebars on like a 10-speed one time. Going down a hill, showing off. There's a girl walking down the road. I showed her how good you can roll down a hill.
You could get your feet down to the pedals at times.
No, the bike leaned over. It just leaned over. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I'm sitting on the side of the bike, and then the pedal grabbed the road, and there I go. And I ended up closer to her, though. You know what I mean? It was messed up. But yeah, don't put your feet on the handlebars.
Yeah, I've done that. I used to get lucky doing it, but I never wiped out doing that yet. But I've had, I went in rented many cars on the main street.
I went
right in people's
arms, and I leaned back. Like, yeah, I'm just chillaxing. You know what I mean? That's when it went over. I put the cool faction in, Yeah.
I think I went in one car window and crashed into two cars and went onto one hood in my earlier days on a bike. You're not thinking crossing the road, the car pulls up or mistiming it. Like, boom, hit the guy's driver door, goes right in his window.
I had a car at Walmart back out in front of me when I was going down the aisle on a bicycle, and I hit the brakes, and this one had good brakes, right? It made the back tire come off the ground, right? And I'm still rolling, but I'm on the front tire, and she's backing out of her spot right in front of me, and I'm trying to turn to the right to keep there. You know, I ain't really nowhere to go. And there at the end, I had to just squeeze the front brake, and it swung me like a hinge, and I stuck my foot in her quarter panel. And then I sat back down, and she just took off, right? And I started chasing her. Then she turned into my neighborhood. You know, she was beating me until she turned into my neighborhood. And I was like, oh, here we go. And then I'm catching up, and I see her turn into my driveway. I'm like, And then they get out of the car and knock on the door and go in. I'm like, you know, what's going on here? And I get up to the house, I go in. I tell my wife, I go, man, you wouldn't believe what just happened to me at Walmart. And the girl's standing right there, right? And I told her, and the girl said, yeah, that just and then she shut up. And then I said, yeah, that was you. I go, you run over somebody on a bicycle and you're going to take off like that? And
no shit, that's crazy.
Babysitting that woman's kids. And I never met the lady. But anyhow, she never babysat those kids ever again.
No shit, eh?
It was crazy.
You know,
One time I was going to act like I knew this person, and I had the car parked beside the road, and they were in the office building. It was a trailer park.
Yeah.
And it was the same bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going to act like their car was in the way, and I was going to act like I hit the front of it and rolled over the hood, right? Man, if I've hit those brakes so hard, it raised that back tire up like I told you it did on that girl at Walmart. And it actually threw me on the hood, and I rolled across onto the corner of the windshield and off down to the floor. My bike kind of flipped in the air, and it happened in front of everybody. They come running out. Are you all right? Are you all right? And I was like, yeah. I told them I was going to act like I was going to do that, but I did do it. Evel Knievel was, you know, one of my heroes when I was a kid.
Yeah, I learned the hard way to make sure you do a bunny hop when you go off of flat decks and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the first time that you just drove off them, oh shit. That's got to happen to everybody once. It's probably better that you get a small ramp when you're doing it.
Man, I used to have the neighborhood kids would lay down and let me jump them. It's crazy. And then I tried to let other kids jump.
Or even bunny hop them, yeah.
Pull up. They do like you said. They'd come off that ramp and it'd be front tire down and over the handlebars are going, and then they're mad at me. I always kept everything oiled on my bicycles. That way they had no friction.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I got a 2-inch huffy up to 55 mile an hour down a hill one time. That was crazy.
One with the speedometer?
Yeah, it was the one that had the wheel that went on the side of the tire.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
I'm 45, so I don't know if they still have that shit, but I remember what it was. Those old things.
Well, now I'm into motorized bikes, and my motorized bicycle will do 52 almost. Crazy. I never grew up on this.
That's what mine does. Mine only does 32 when I don't have the. I get a small black emo electric bike. Makes me feel free, right? I don't feel pressured because it's not a license to take away, right?
Yeah.
Mine's right here. Mine should
in this state, they require you to have driver's license for a motorized. They recognize it as a bicycle, but you gotta have driver's license and wear a DOT approved helmet.
Huh. at that.
Yeah.
This was just a
I used
project
to be
right
able
here.
to do that. Everybody started having the same kind of problems around here with it. The buds would start turning black.
Yeah, bud rot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it never used to happen in this area.
No, it's because of all the shit. You know what I mean? All the
all
temperatures.
stuff.
Yeah. When the sky gets cloudy. All right. Do this one. Let's see that.
There just ain't enough dadgum sunlight. What it is.
Yeah, to keep them dry. I don't know if I can see that on that angle.
So that's been the problem around here. The moisture's picked up at the end of the year, and there's hardly any sunlight. And I'll tell you something else that happened. And this is another reason I stopped it. And I don't know. And my idea is we've got another light source somehow. But look, it was budding, right? It was halfway through the budding. It was like in the end of July.
Mm-hmm.
Is the buds kind of stopped, right? And I'm like, what's going on with this thing? Well, after the first week of August, it went back to vegetation and the buds started dying on it and it started vegetating.
Huh.
And it vegetated all the way up to, frost. And I had to harvest the half mature buds, during that time because it's like we got an extra light source that went, had over 12 hours of light.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be ultraviolet. I couldn't see it. You know what I mean? So I figure ultraviolet sun. I don't know.
Well, I've noticed being a gardener, I notice some days stuff, even if it's sunny, it could be 5 days of clear sky, whatever seems clear sky.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden I'll be on the horizon, I'll be like, that looks a little different. And that day I noticed that my shit grew. Right? I noticed that my garden grew, and I'm like, what the fuck? It looks a little greener, it looks a little shinier that day.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you mean. Whatchamacallit? Richie from Boston just put a video up. He's capturing you're seeing, do you know how you get the refraction?
Yeah.
You're seeing the refraction that's already up there. It's not, there's two on the camera that are moving around, but that one, you can tell it's already there. It's already a blue dot and a big blue dot in the sky.
Well, look, in 2014, I promise you, I spent 9 months of getting up every morning before sunrise because I was trying to catch the second sun that was supposed to be beside the sun, right?
Mm-hmm.
For 9 months, it was either so chemtrailed up in the mornings you couldn't see the sunrise, or it was raining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I did this every day for 9 months because I wanted to see this thing, right? And one morning it was clear, and I was able to see a bright dot beside the sun. And I'm like, no way. And I got my welding goggles, and I got the shade out of them, and I looked, and sure enough, there's a bright little dot beside the sun. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I videoed it and took pictures of it. And I watched that for over a year. I started seeing it in the afternoon too,
Yep.
And you could see the separate lens flares from the two different light sources.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, one afternoon, this is in 2014, there were two suns setting at the same time. And they were so bright. I mean, I watched this for like an hour and a half till it got down close enough to the horizon where you didn't need welding shades to look at it. I got pictures of that.
You can see the differences, right?
Huh?
You can see one is like it's red, but it's still white looking red in the center, and then one that's actually a red orange.
Mm-hmm. And it's dimmer. The red orange one was dimmer, and the
Yep.
other white one was bright. Dadgum, blue Kool-Aid, which Wages World now, but when it was blue Kool-Aid, he did a whole daggum show on the picture I took of the two suns, because he had another theory on it, that it was artificial light source or whatever. But I don't know. But I mean, I can see it with my naked eye, and then I could definitely see it through the welding lens. And I took pictures, and then people were trying to say, well, that lens is causing a doubling of your image. I'm like,
Yeah, but it's not causing that light that's already in the sky.
yeah, I
It's
was
already
there.
up there, right?
Yeah. But I mean, I've seen stuff. I did a video. I didn't know I couldn't upload or nothing. I didn't realize I was in, quarantine, YouTube quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
But man, the skies looked crazy the other day, and I did a little 4-minute video of the sky, and I couldn't get it to upload. I tried 4 or 5 times. And
is that for any channel?
Well, I didn't know I had a strike.
Yeah, but can you still have another channel? You can still go through YouTube, can't you?
Yeah, but nobody knows about it. I couldn't even find it. I went live on it the other day when I found out I couldn't go live on mine. I went live on it, and then I looked for it, and I couldn't even find my live I was live on. It's pitiful. And I'm subscribed to my own backup channel, and I couldn't find it. So, nobody ever came in the chat.
Wow.
Crazy. Yeah. But this YouTube, man, they're getting too crazy. You can't put any truth out there. It's got to be one certain truth they're pushing.
Yeah. The planet channels are doing good.
Are they?
Yeah, they're always doing good. The planet Nibiru's going to crash.
Oh,
circling, right?
Yeah.
It's circling. But how come everybody's only sees it when there's clouds? How come nobody's seen it when it's a clear sky?
This is my deal with that, though. I can go out here and take pictures over on an overcast day like this, and you can see round orbs. I can see them with my eyes and get my camera, take pictures of them and see them. So I don't know what's causing that, but I also
camouflage. Camouflage. There's remember the space fence thing?
Yeah.
Right. So they got an artificial dome underneath our regular dome.
Me and my friends are going to be walking over to the convenience store and grabbing snacks.
Okay. Yeah. So it's almost like this is the scientific way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Is that space fence is hanging from the dome, and it's got a containment to help contain this shit.
Right.
So most of the spray stuff is just to help create camouflage, right? So we don't see that shit.
I'll tell you something else I've seen in the sky. Instead of round orb-like stuff you can see, I've seen rectangular stuff that's like the shape of a cell phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I took a picture, and when I looked at the picture, it almost looked like there was somebody holding that thing, looking down, taking a picture.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, there's some crazy shit. It's almost like there's giants up there too, man, looking down.
Well, I've seen one.
There is.
No, look. When you have them overcast days where the sun looks bright, bigger and crap up there or whatever, but you can look almost at it and it don't hurt your eyes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Then you see those dark patches and you assume they're clouds that are real close to where the sun is.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, they're not dark clouds. They're openings in the clouds, and it's black behind them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's Yeah, that's it's supposed to be the solar sail. There's like a big sail that's blocking the big sun out that's behind the simulator.
Really?
That's the theory.
Well,
Yeah.
look, when I was looking up there one time, I saw a face, and I
Oh,
was
there's
like,
faces, man.
well, look, I saw a face looking through the hole, and it looked at me and pulled itself back. Really, it looked like a skull, right? So I went and got my binoculars, and I started looking up there for some of them openings around the sun where it was dark.
Mm-hmm.
Found one. I just kept watching it with my binoculars, and this daggum face showed up in there, and I swear it was like it had reptilian skin. It had scaly skin. It almost looked like a Klingon. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Kinda
you're seeing it. You're seeing it, man. Those are
look,
the fallen ones, the
it was
fallen
in
angels.
black and white. It wasn't in color. It was black and white, and the thing was looking to its right, and then its eyes shifted and looked right at me, and its eyebrows came down, and it made a grimace on its face, and it yanked its head back, and the hole that it was looking through, the clouds started sucking into that hole until it disappeared. And I'm like, and I saw that with binoculars. Is that not crazy?
It's like, no, it's crazy. Your mind and you're seeing it perfectly. I don't usually tell people what I see, but I seen like vacuum cleaners and fucking shit up there.
Yeah.
There's some funky stuff, man. Very funky shit going on. Like if you look at this avatar I got on here, look at where the orbs are coming from.
Yeah.
There's like 6 different orbs, and then where's the light coming from?
Yeah.
Right? That's why I want people to kind of look. It's kind of a seed planting one. So you're like, oh, the orb's coming out of the black, an orb's coming out of the black. There's an orb beside that. What? Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you need to blow that one up and look at it. Oh, if
I
you
don't
start contrasting lights and stuff like that on these pictures, you can really see some stuff.
Yeah, big time. Big time. And then I have on my one app, I can add high definition to it.
Uh-huh.
And, it just brings it out. If you get a chance, watch that video from today. It's the biggest ship I've found in the sky.
All right. I didn't get a note. I haven't been getting any of your notifications at all. Thought you went silent too.
It almost looked like a city in the sky at first.
Yeah, I'll check it out when I get done with this.
Wow, 2:00 already?
Damn,
I've been pretty.
So you're east. Oh, you're okay. You're like above New York over that way.
Right by Port Huron, Michigan.
Oh, okay. Well, you're almost straight above me then. But Michigan has an hour time difference too, I believe, with me. So
it's weird, huh? And then then I could talk to Alex Fox. He's in Aruba. It's the exact same time. Exact same time. Isn't that messed up? Doesn't that just sound weird in your mind? Like, I'm in Ontario, he's in Aruba, and we got the same time zone. What the fuck? It always seemed like it was on the other side. You know what I mean?
When I used to do those long hangouts, like an 8-hour hangout, and then do another. What was it? We had to do 4 hours and then do another 4. But anyhow, I'd do them back to back to back, right? I had this girl that was over there in where was it, Thailand? And she was 12 hours ahead of us. So I told her she was always my future person. You know what I mean? But we sat there, look, we watched the sunset. What? How did we do that? We watched the sunset here. And then we watched the sunset on the West Coast. And then we watched the sunrise in Thailand. And then we watched the sunset in Thailand until we saw the sun rise again in America.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a trip, man. That was like time traveling on YouTube. It was weird.
Mhm.
But I'd like to get a network like that where we got people all the way, through the path of the sun, or however. So we need to determine what this thing's up to.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, can I have a rewind? Drink adrenochrome expected.
Yeah, that adrenochrome is some good stuff out here. Make you live to 300 years old. Look at Nancy.
Yeah. It don't matter if your skin's falling off, you're still alive.
This is what trips me out. Nancy was up there, over that judge that died.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy was doing her little speech. I forgot. I guess ABC or whatever was interviewing her. I don't know. Something special for, the woman that died. But Nancy was up there saying her name will be added to the 200,000. And then she called herself. The woman died of cancer, not COVID.
Uh-huh.
She was sitting there saying her name will be added to the list of the 200,000. And then she called herself and then tried to correct. And I wish I had recorded that. They're doing this thing on the lie. They've got so many people believing this bullshit.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It is.
Like, even to be scared. Like, I could see you to be nervous, wash your hands, like, just be a normal.
Yeah.
Right? But these other people, I think, you know what, there's got to be something coming in the future. They may always make it seem like it's close, right?
Yeah.
Always make it seem like, even I've analyzed YouTube the last 15 years, they made it seem like it was close, right?
Mm-hmm.
But right now, they still have to program the kids. They're not worried about us.
Right.
They're only programming the kids, like in school and this and all this shit. And then when they really want to take over with the full transhumanism, chips and all that stuff, I don't think that stuff is just around the corner, like in the near future.
Well, look, they've already brainwashed the kids nowadays. Their parents have already been in the brainwashing process. You see what I'm saying? So they've been brainwashed their kids that are in a new brainwash thing, and then these kids had kids that are already brainwashed from their parents. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's been going on for a minute, but this is their final brainwash to turn them all into sheep. Did you see where that guy said he did the test for that vaccine? And he said he couldn't hear God anymore. Yes, the Department of Defense back in 2005, Bill Gates. I did a video on this. Bill Gates did a what do you call it when a presentation of his new genealogy stuff, where they can get in there and make these. You know how you had the bombers over there in Afghanistan and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They could turn that God gene off and make these people stop wanting to blow themselves up.
That's crazy.
And they were doing that in 2005, and they said they would put it on the people of Afghanistan through ways of colds, flus, and pneumonia. Yeah, that was their delivery device. True story.
It's almost like giving you a lobotomy, right?
Exactly. They know how to manipulate the genes.
If I said to them, they try to do that, I'd be like, hey, why don't you just swab the back of my throat? Because I need to wear a fucking mask, if I could spit this shit out, you should be able to get it out of my fucking mouth.
Yeah, I mean, man, have you seen they stick this 6-inch long, or it looks like it's 8-inch long swab to the front of your brain? I mean, they're going behind your eyeball or something.
Mm-hmm.
That is some crazy crap. What are they implanting up there?
I don't know.
They got something on the end of that Q-tip they're placing up there. Could be nanotechnology replicating that. Think about it. Nanobots are so small they can mine the minerals out of your body and replicate themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to add extra minerals and stuff that ain't in your body. You know, they do that through the food and the air we breathe and the water we drink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I just feel like we're doomed as a species.
Mm-hmm. There is a lot of awake people to the world, but as far as people that actually like passing on real knowledge and truth, like survival and stuff, well, the world's screwed that way.
Yeah.
We're so dependent on other things.
Well, you know, you've seen the thing with the mask and the guy gets the OSHA approved oxygen monitor. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Well, he puts the oxygen monitor up beside his mouth without a mask, and it reads like
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
oxygen or whatever. Then he puts
Mm-hmm.
the mask on, and that thing drops down to like 17.5% oxygen, but it starts beeping instantly at like, I think, what, 19.5% is when
19, yeah. It's
But
your
check
legal limit.
I used to have to use those things when we went down in the top of the grain silos because all the dust in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what they say is if that alarm goes off, you get out immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It goes off continuously when you're wearing a mask. You know, when he had the probe up there beside his mouth like he did without the mask. And OSHA says, get fresh air. If you hear that alarm, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All these people are wearing masks and they're living in an environment that is below OSHA standards to work in.
I've seen people out for the morning walk with the mask on.
Yeah, crazy.
Not even realizing that if COVID was floating around, their dog's gonna pick it up and bring it to them in their house. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it. You keep that mask on all day, right? It's moist, you know, it's moist in the first hour you're wearing it. So you're catching everything you should be expelling out of your body in the inside of the mask. And then on the outside of the mask, you're catching every bit of bacteria that's in the air or anywhere because the mask is moist. So you keep wearing this mask all day and you already got all that going in the first hour. Think how much it grew, you know?
Right. Yeah, big time.
I mean, sanitary would be take the mask off. What do you do when you sneeze? Leave the mask on? I mean, I don't get it. Just go ahead and blow your nose in it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, that sucks. I see people do it.
Really?
Like sneezing in the mask, they don't. But yeah, if you don't have another mask, you sneeze in your mask. Oh man.
I'm pulling that thing off, you know. Where's the waste can at?
Yeah, especially if you're
go ahead.
especially if you're out in the damp all night.
Yeah.
And then you go to the grocery store in the morning.
It's just crazy, man. I see these people like they put the mask on and they're always reaching up to grab it because when they talk, it pulls it down. Their chin pulls it off their nose. So then they grab the mask and I'm just watching them.
Mm. And then they go and handle all the oranges to see which is the hardest ones.
Well, I was gonna say I had a bad experience at a buffet one time and I realized I don't like buffets anymore after I saw this, but I was watching a kid sneezing to his hands, and another kid was wiping his nose up to his forehead with his palm. You know what I'm talking about? And they jumped up from the table and ran and grabbed the spatulas to get them some more pizza and went back to their tables. And I'm looking up there at those spatulas they just touched after I seen what all they did with their hands. And I'm like, no, if I didn't see those kids do that, I wouldn't have thought about it. But
Mhm.
those kids had snot on their hands and sneezed on their hands, right? And they didn't wash them or anything and handled those. Now, I wanted another slice. But I hadn't been watching all the spatulas, you know what I mean?
Just think how many years nobody even paid attention to toothpicks on the
Yeah.
counter as people come out of the washroom and grab a toothpick on the way out the door. Stick the hand right out of all of them to grab one. Oh, that's so gross.
Some of them are in individual plastic packs.
Oh yeah. But I'm thinking, like in our old town, it was
Yeah.
like not anywhere we went. There's this, you got toothpicks, and it was just like the open one sitting there. And
Box.
everybody still sneezes and everything.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to pay attention to that stuff. I'd be like, I'm not germaphobe, but I'm like, I seen it. The guy just
Yeah.
came out of the washroom after we were at a fry shop, and he comes out of the washroom and goes over, grabs a toothpick, and just starts walking out the door. Well, I have to get Boogie in soon here, Johnny. Oh,
All right. Well, man, I appreciate you coming up.
yeah, this has been great. I know the wife's going to be home soon, so I'm going to get myself a momentary
All right.
lapse of reason. I got to trim a whole bunch of weed later, so.
Well, you have a good rest of the day, eh?
Yes. You too, my friend. You
Did
too.
I do that right?
But it all works. You know.
I can't remember the old Saturday night they had Doug and somebody that was from the Yukon. You remember that little skit? And they were always, hey,
Doug and
they were drinking that beer. I can't remember the name of the beer now.
like Budweiser. No, was it Budweiser?
Oh, it was some moose something or something.
Oh, Moosehead. Yeah, Moosehead. Yeah, I'd like to go fucking up there. That's one of my spots where I really want to go, is up to the Yukon, Yellowknife, Alaska, and shit like that.
Yeah. Well, look, I'll let you get going, man.
Okay, partner.
And
I'll catch up to you again.
Thanks.
I'll keep in touch now. I see your. I just figured. I thought somebody said John's on a break, or like I just heard it in a chat somewhere. Or somebody wrote it. John's having a break, or.
No,
So I thought.
Well, I got busy working, and plus, I didn't realize I couldn't live stream. I'd been trying to upload videos, but they kept going to processing and saying processing failed. And I didn't realize I was struck. Yeah. Or quarantined.
Quarantine. Okay, everybody in the chat. Nice seeing you. Nice meeting you. Have a great day. Hope to talk to you again.
All right, well,
Peace,
have
brother.
a good one, Matt, man.
Stay lifted.
All right. All right, y'all. Well, Casey, thanks for coming in. And Kelly Kebo, you're sticking in there, huh? I'm thinking about ending this. I didn't know I could go live. I was just checking and I could. So then I went live on my webcam and nobody showed up. So then I thought, well, let me go live on StreamYard. And that's what I did. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and close out this deal. Let's see, what was I going to do? I was going to do something. But I appreciate y'all coming by. And let's see, I guess I'm going to call it a day. And I guess that'll be it, y'all. Until next time, this is John Boy, and y'all have a blessed day.